Who's your mayor? Drippy school shoes and meters not going the distance.
My name's Bomber Webb.
My name is Christopher Olsen.
Hello, Christopher.
Hello.
And you're about to listen to
Hi, Bomber.
This Week
Bomber, hi.
in Sedgefield.
Hi, Bomber. I said hi. Bye. Oh, did you hear? Hi. Okay, bye.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. Bomber, did you know that African penguins have a special gland above their eyes that filters out excess salt from the seawater they drink? This adaptation allows them to stay hydrated in areas where fresh water is scarce.
Wow, you pulled that straight from your head. That was amazing.
No, it was in my head.
Did you just learn that? Or,
No, I just intuitively knew it. From studying and looking at...
You've got a special gland behind your eyes that makes up penguin fats.
It's a third eye.
So you can't drink seawater.
Well, I mean, I have been for a few years. People tell me, but it's like one of those things, where people only eat meat. I only drink seawater.
Oh, that's good.
Which is why I can't see the color purple.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I noticed that when I was wearing my purple shirt.
Yes. And I can't pronounce
straight through me.
I can't pronounce Flopadoopimps I can't pronounce it.
No,
that was pretty close. Yeah.
Clearly,
that's enough silliness.
Right. There's never enough.
Let's move on.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Let's welcome to This Week in where are we?
Sedgefield. Okay. That's it. We made it. Yeah. Do we have a new mayor?
I don't know. We
man.
don't. It doesn't seem so. So it was supposed to happen yesterday.
It didn't happen though.
Yeah, and I actually went to the municipal offices because I was on delivery duty.
Yes, and you wanted to be the new mayor. You're like, guys, have you checked with me?
If you need someone,
I'm available. I'll just drop these papers off quick.
Because as you know, I and we'll talk about it later. I did a bit of salary research.
Oh yeah,
I'm so up for being the mayor. I'm so up for it.
Yeah.
But they were supposed to decide it yesterday.
So there was the council meeting where there were, I think, 3 items on the agenda. The what about the budget?
The adjustment budget. They had to pass the adjustment budget. It was it was passed by 12 votes to 8.
Yeah, and they took a lot of time for that. I mean, one of the things that you could hear expressed by the speaker, especially, just was kind of using time well, and there was kind of urgency to get through things. I think to try. I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt here to try and get a new mayor in, because there is the acting mayor at the moment. Acting mayor,
he's
executive,
the deputy mayor that's acting
deputy.
Mayor.
There we go. Yeah,
I don't know if he puts on the same voice as the old mayor or something. But he acts somehow. Yeah.
I'm not going to try to do his voice.
Yeah, hopefully the new mayor is well adjusted for the budget.
There we go. Yeah. So, but they didn't get to that. They got through that, and they needed to just do some sort of admin-y stuff with the new not municipal services. Community services, was it? A director. Just there were a few directors.
They had to do acting directors that the new director hadn't been appointed, I think.
That's what it was, yeah. And there's a new one starting on like 1st of April, but the old one, the acting one, finishes off in March, start of March. So there was an overlap, and then they were just bringing up other directors and other positions like that as well.
Okay.
But it seems like they didn't get to that, but that should be happening by, what you were saying on Friday.
Tomorrow. Yes.
Well, for us recording when the podcast comes out, when this episode comes out.
Podcast will come out on Mayor Day.
Yeah,
we hope.
Mayor Day.
Yes.
Who knows if it will be Mayor Day? I hope so.
Yeah.
It's more than 14 days.
More than 14 days.
Which it was supposed to be 14 days.
No. It will be 14 days on
the nose.
Friday because the last one was on Valentine's Day, which was on a Friday.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh.
And remember we were chatting before. So they got rid of the mayor in a very, very cool, calm and collected, nice way.
Amicable, I think was the word you used.
Yes,
which is
amicable
a lovely word.
So Mayor Aubrey Tsengwa was voted out, and they all said, "Oh, thank you so much."
Yes, and he was thankful as well.
Very real. He was very real. Yeah. And then within a few days, a strange thing happened. So the acting mayor, who was the deputy mayor, Alberto Marby, who's a PBI fellow.
Yeah, which is interesting in itself. Can we come back to that? The PBI thing, because I want to come back to that.
Okay, so he then puts together a mayoral committee, the MACO.
Okay, so he's just stepping in for 2 weeks.
But he forms a MACO anyway. and puts the supposedly, he was ousted, but he was ousted mostly because there was a court case that said he had lied in court.
Yeah.
So he was, dare I say, disgraced.
Yeah, I mean, it should be.
He has been disgraced. Yeah,
Yes.
the court found that he was disgraced, and he should be out.
Yeah.
So
I think it's just because he
EFF proposed a vote of no confidence.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he just lacks confidence.
Yes.
Because it was a vote of no confidence.
Yes,
He's
got no confidence.
Confidence is key.
Yes.
I hear in mayoral stuff.
Maybe he was a confidence trickster.
Oh. Okay,
No,
we're stepping. Yeah.
Anyway, let's not go there. Anyway, so we were wondering, because the Neisner United, so they're kind of a political group. I think they're based, they voice from Karatra, but they're kind of a political voice.
Yeah,
I
like
don't know if they
AfriForum.
stand for elections. Yeah.
That it's a community group, a community interest group. I don't know how we would categorize it.
I can't remember if they actually stood in the last elections.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But they didn't get any seats if they did. Okay. So they sort of pointed out that the acting mayor, Marby, had put the ex-mayor, on his executive committee that will only last a couple of weeks. Now, this is something and we spoke about salaries last time, and I said, I think there's a huge discrepancy.
Yeah, but we didn't have the figures, but you got them. Oh, great.
I did some Googling.
Did some digging
and then
digging
I
into their bank accounts. Yeah.
Yes. Wow. No, wasn't allowed to do that.
Tried.
Try as I might. I went into some sort of agendas from council meetings gone by.
Oh, good. Yeah. Because
And
they do.
these
It's public
are the
knowledge.
figures
It's not,
that were announced in 2023. So they're 2 years old.
Okay.
But as far as I know, the council hasn't had an increase. Except the recent one.
There was a 3%. Yeah, there's proposed, which they said, and there was the pressure from province saying, don't do that. This is a bad idea to give yourself an increase. There was, it
but
seems
I
like
think they did.
They did
but
pass it.
But it was a 3%.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter because these 2023 figures
This is
will
why it doesn't
show
matter. Yeah.
the difference.
Yeah.
So if you are a mayor, you earn your total package, which might include some building, I don't know.
Maybe, hopefully.
You earn 920,379 and some change a year.
Okay, annually.
So
per month?
That's 76,698 and a bit.
76.
Yeah, 698. So say 76,700 per month.
Yeah, I mean, taxed and all of that after that, but you're taking home.
You're taking home lots of
money. A CEO salary.
Yeah.
Can we say that? Whoa.
So then the speaker and the deputy mayor earn the same according to that
really?
table.
Okay.
They earn. I'm just going to do the monthly figure.
Yeah, let's do that. Sense. Yeah.
They earn 61,358 each, mind you, per month. And
so much money. So much.
This is the important thing. The member of the executive committee, so the MACO.
Okay, the MACO, like the
MACO
members. What PBI friend may acting mayor
they
set up.
They earn 57,500 odd rand.
No, man. And that's like a good few people as well.
Now, the important drop is from the MACO member to a normal councillor.
Yes.
Standard run-of-the-mill councillors that aren't on the MACO.
Okay, yeah.
Earn 24,272
Wow, that is a big drop.
So it's more than half. In fact,
a third?
Well, no.
Okay, close to a third all the way up to mayorship. But
so it's a third of the mayor's salary. So now, what I wanted to point out, we did touch on it last night.
Yes,
if the mayor had just become a councillor when he was ousted,
which is what it sounded like, because he said, "I'm looking forward to," I think in his statement or in his speech,
just looking after his ward, becoming a councillor.
Yeah.
Yep. He would have lost 2/3 of his salary.
Hopefully he saved
some cut. So imagine you're earning 76,698 per month, and your
can
salary
only
drops
imagine.
to 24,272.
It's a big drop. You're not going to want to do that.
It's 2/3 of your income gone.
Yeah.
So
That's what would have happened with LaVale.
yes, yeah,
Right?
exactly.
When we were-
that's,
okay, this-
that's what
wow,
would have
wow.
happened with him. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
So the fact that he was invited to quickly be on the quickly formed Mako means instead of it dropping by 52,000, it only dropped by 19,000. Okay, so
but
it's
you're
a
still-
big difference.
It is a big difference, but I mean, I was a little bit kind of cynical and skeptical or thought that the DA was being a little bit cynical, skeptical, with the mayor being voted out and everything like that, and sending out that press release and saying, well, it's the same
It's going to be
coalition,
the same people.
same people, so the problem really isn't solved.
Same parties. Yeah,
Same
they
parties,
said that.
Yeah, they
said
did.
that, yeah.
And I was like, oh, come on, man. There's got to be some change from this.
Yeah.
That doesn't bode well.
Yeah,
me.
well, that's
doesn't-
what I'm saying.
That's
And
not a good indication.
I actually, not that I have any say in the matter, but I would really challenge the suitability of this salary breakdown
Yes.
because it does smack of opportunities.
Oh, my goodness.
Of buying votes.
Of career politicians, yes. And
Yeah.
buying
So-
buying votes, yeah. Oh.
For example, and I'm not saying
yeah, I'm
this
not saying it's
happened,
happening, but it just...
But we have
surely
the
the temptation.
PBI. The guy who's acting mayor is a PBI
yeah.
person.
And how many
Party
seats?
member.
Sorry, are we on to this? Where how many seats does the PBI have?
PBI has one seat
So
out of 21.
out of 21. So, I mean, if you just kind of, I can't
Yeah.
get my head around that.
Yeah.
He got 1/21th of the votes.
Yeah,
So of the
roughly.
people
It
voting.
was probably quite different, but yeah.
And is at the moment at the highest position.
Yeah. So
in the nice municipality.
Let's put it this way: one of the 21 wards,
Yes.
because they probably have different numbers of people in, but
Yeah,
only one
see,
of the
yes.
21 wards
Oh, there we go.
voted PBI in.
Yeah.
And now
that-
he has all the power, but okay, only temporarily.
Yes.
But
But that doesn't matter. That
he
has
can
the
be
power.
a kingmaker. He can
Yeah.
be a kingmaker.
And he's and
So
doing
and
that.
I think this is what happened.
Yeah.
Because one would have thought that if the ANC, well, basically the DA got more seats. The DA
How much
have
was one more,
8
wasn't it?
seats, and
Yeah.
the ANC has 7.
Yes.
So
More. Oh, okay.
that's why the DA had the mayorship and what have you for a while.
yeah.
And they were
Mayor on
teamed
the
up
go.
with PBI, and I think they also had.
Were they teamed up with PDI?
PA as well, the Patriotic Alliance.
Okay, I thought it was
were
Ken-
briefly
oh.
on their side.
Okay.
And then they switched over. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is the ANC gave the PBI guy the deputy mayorship. So the ANC had 7 seats. So they didn't give the deputy mayorship to the other 6, any one of the other 6
Yeah, which
in their party.
They should speak to them about that. I'm sure that
They gave it to. So it does smack
yeah.
of, okay, join us in our coalition and we'll give you this position.
Yeah.
And I mean, all parties do it. All parties do
it's
it.
part of the political game.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
it's
built
not
into the
good.
system. It's not
Yeah.
good. It's not right.
And because it, and it's the problem I have with it, I don't
Mm-hmm.
mind them playing it, using it as the party game, but if lucrative salaries are
Yeah.
the bait
yeah.
that gets you there, that's wrong.
Yeah, I liked your recommendation several weeks back when we were discussing, well, probably months at this point, saying, that those salaries are wrong, that it should be a kind of a flat rate and then an increase. And
Like a little allowance.
yeah, someone said in the comments, can't remember who it was, but they were like, well, put them on minimum wage and see how they kind of feel with that. And I mean, that's
exactly.
it's a specialized job. So
Yes,
I think
I agree,
maybe not
yeah.
minimum wage, but not that. I mean, if we look at we don't have a budget speech out because we're out of the tank is empty, is what our Minister of Finance is saying.
Yes, yeah.
And I'm seeing also more and more of these things just showing how much these politicians are getting paid.
Yeah.
Like there's this
Crazy,
big,
hey?
I mean, from excuse me on this grandstand in the soapbox here a little bit, but you've got parties like the EFF
Yeah.
and members of the ANC also grandstanding and
Yeah.
just saying it's the rich who are, and equating that with other stuff, but saying it's the rich who are doing the damage.
Yes,
that's where the problems are coming in with our whole country.
Yeah, I was actually listening this morning to the SAFM radio station. Brilliant radio station.
Yeah,
and they have a municipal watch hour.
Oh, that's got to be interesting.
It's great. So they were focusing on, I think it was an Eastern Cape municipality, but I may be wrong because I didn't catch the beginning.
Yeah.
But that aside, they got the mayor of the municipality on the phone. Firstly, the mayor said she was going to be on, and then they leading up to the program, they had quite a few people calling to say how disgusting the municipality was.
Oh, okay.
Then the mayor cancelled at the last minute.
Yeah.
And then the radio announcer, what do you call them?
DJ. The wiki DJ. Yeah.
She said live on air, I am appealing to you. You promised to be on. You've cancelled now. I'm appealing to you to be on because we need to ask you some hard questions and you owe it to your voters.
And we don't have anybody else to fill up this hour.
Yes.
Please, I don't know what else to talk about.
They had a whole bank of people who had phoned in.
Yeah,
and what they do is they ask the mayor some questions, and then they say, "Well, we've got Fred Bloggs on the line. Who told us that he's had no water for 6 weeks.
Oh, that's interesting.
He's going to talk to you now.
Yeah, and kind of mediate that.
Eventually, this mayor did come on.
Okay.
She denied that she had been approached by the radio station. She said she learned off social media that she should be on, which the DJ just said, okay. I don't want to argue with you about that because
not worth
we don't want to take it.
Yeah.
One of the people that had phoned in said the mayor has a driver that drives her around all over the place, a specialist driver, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
The staff have not been paid. The municipal staff were sitting outside the municipality as the program was on because they had not been paid. And the mayor said, yes, but what's been happening is we're paying them every 3 months because we wait for some sort of dividend to come through. Yeah. The callers were saying,
no way it runs like that.
The staff aren't being paid. They don't have the correct tools, so they can't replace
keys for the front
pipes.
door.
They don't.
What?
And the mayor has her own personal driver paid for by the
taxpayers.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And lots and lots of other shenanigans. But this is the same thing. What you were saying. It's these people in these very high positions that believe that they are owed these huge salaries.
That's it. And they've played the game. They've worked their career. If it was a normal career path, then that might be the case. You have the CEOs, you have the lawyers and big law firms, and they've played it and they've done that. And then they got to those positions. Yeah. But this is at the direct expense. It's looking at the government as a cash cow, which I know is the trend, but something's got to break. Something's
got to give
in that. There we go. It's the mayor now. It's the we have a new mayor. It's just actually a ringing phone. So they were having water issues as well. And there has been, I saw on the second page of the new edition. The new edition of The Edge is out. It's edition week.
I hope
which is very, very cool.
And I must tell people, because people, they leave the supermarkets very quickly. Not the people, the papers. Or the people with the papers.
The paper people.
Pick up the papers.
People pick up the papers with the penguins.
Out of the supermarket.
They're looking for the penguins on the papers as they pick them up on the way out of Pick and Pay.
That's it. Very good. Very good done. Very well done. So we always keep some of The Edge.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's very good to know.
Are looking for a copy and they've missed it at the supermarkets. I mean, all the businesses get.
Yeah. Oh, no.
I mean, I've seen one of them.
Can I just want to do a quick shout out to this toy store. This is a weird, store. This is nowhere. The toy store. They by Onswinkel, by Eden Store and Pep and by Pick and Pay.
Yes.
I love that toy store. They got great stuff. And I just want to highlight them specifically because they have an Afrikaans comic.
Oh, do they?
Yes. It's called, I can't remember what it's called now.
Bully. No, not Bolly.
No, it's not Bolly. It's a modern one.
A modern one,
It's
okay.
really good. I'll show you it after this episode.
Okay.
It's like 20 Rand, and I loved it. I mean, I collect comics, and I've
Yes,
got a massive stash of
Yeah.
them. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The art is great. The writing is
Wow.
awesome. It's about this lady moving too still by this like student and having to work, and there are supernatural
So
things.
it's kind of local as well.
It's
yeah.
it is
Yeah.
so cool. I've been looking, I'm hoping, I actually want to email them a message or whatever to see if there is a next edition, because
Yes,
it's just
yeah.
one so far.
Okay.
And I loved it, man. I love that toy store. I just wanted to throw it out. But yes, there are I've seen the copies of The Edge there and at Ornswinkel and
Yes,
all over.
Wherever there's a penguin, there's a big... Oh, no, there's no penguins. Sorry, there's just
There
newspapers.
definitely are. It's a toy store, and those are some very, very fun things. Okay, but there were issues for the Eastern Cape guys around water, and that's been true of Sedgefield as well, with these prepaid water meters.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, and people are up in arms. We've actually... we've
Thirsty
got a story
people
on
are up
page
in arms.
3. Yes. Well, the story's on page 3. We had a similar story in our last edition, but hoping that this would make some
a difference.
action happen.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like it's happened.
Well, it's a long-running issue. I mean,
It
from
is, yeah.
from the first batch of defective water meters that were ordered.
Yes,
But these aren't them. But now there are issues with these ones, and I experienced a small issue with them, but it's not at the scale
Of most people. Well,
what's happening here.
is that the small issue. Okay, so these water meters were bought quite a few years ago from a service provider. At the time, we read, because some of the politicians pointed out that the same service provider had provided them to a couple of places in Cape Town.
Cape Town, yes, okay.
And they hadn't worked.
Yeah.
So we got them. Yoo-hoo!
Under a bridge, way cheaper.
Nobody says we don't step into the gap for people. So we've got the dodgy water meters. Now, what's happening for those few of us, including me, thank goodness, who haven't got a prepaid water meter, the blue and white water meters have a thing called a UIU. A
User
UIU
interface
is a user interface unit.
Okay, there we go.
Which is kind of the little white remote thing.
It's a remote.
It's a remote thing.
Yeah.
That allows you to put your tokens in.
Yes, you can check your balance and everything.
You put your number. It's not like you put a coin in there.
No, you try and
check your balance.
Might be why they're breaking.
If you're feeling steady, you put the numbers in, and then on you go.
Yeah,
so these
hope for the
things,
best.
the batteries are apparently running out.
Yeah, we had
something
that.
along those lines. Is that what? Yeah.
Yeah, so we had it. It ran out, and then we needed to put in, and then there was a guy we were calling and everything like that. This guy was in Buffels at that point and said, okay, he's going to try and get there. It was a Saturday, so I understand. But we had actually a brilliant experience. I think I even spoke about it one of the episodes.
Yeah, the guy came down
really nice guy, and very cool to hear. He was very quick to help. He just swapped them out.
Okay,
the old UIU for the IUR, the
UIU,
UIU.
Well, anyway, so what's been happening? So that's been going on over the years. So someone's thing goes faulty.
Yeah.
They come along, either replace the UIU or they use their own. They bring a UIU along.
Yeah, they got like a bag full of them.
Yeah, to punch in the tokens so that the water meter can
just
work.
load it on.
But
have water come
more
through,
and more of these things are failing.
Oy.
So suddenly now there's a queue. So suddenly you say, hey, I've run out of water. I've got family members here. I've got 16 guests arriving, whatever. And they have to wait and wait. And sometimes days without water. Now, we've all got used to having no electricity for a couple of hours.
Yeah,
but
you can make provision for that, not for water.
And especially if you haven't got that gland behind your eyes that allows you to drink seawater.
Seawater, as I do. Yeah.
You're going to get thirsty. So, look, a lot of people will phone the councillor because this is a council issue.
It is, yeah.
And if they're waiting and waiting and waiting, they'll phone the councillor. On the island, it's Lavelle Davis.
Oh, right. Okay.
Really good guy, trying his hardest. And he has, I must say, on this issue, he phones the municipal manager. He sends emails to the municipal manager.
I feel like it's true for both Cleone and for Lavelle. Like,
Yes.
I'll say it.
Yeah.
You speak to them, stuff does happen. They do.
They try their hardest.
They absolutely They try their hardest. Within the system, they catch a lot of flack. And I know a lot of people are very unkind to them. And I apologize if I've ever been unkind to them. But man,
they do what they can.
I greatly appreciate them.
So they've spoken to eventually Leval was led to the director of infrastructure. Okay, so he's a fairly new guy in.
Yeah.
His name is Reginald Wesso. Okay. Now, firstly, I'm going to make an announcement here quickly.
Okay, there we go. Here we go.
For the newspaper.
Ready.
We always check people's names spelling.
Yes.
Sometimes people's names are spelt differently.
Yes, this is true, yeah.
We have one of our listeners who I used to put her name in quite often because she was part of Masatindani.
Oh, yeah?
Her name is Patricia.
Oh.
Spelled P-E.
P-E. Oh, okay.
Not P-A.
Patricia.
And often people would phone me and say, you spelt the lady's name wrong. It's Patricia.
Patricia, yeah.
Okay, so with Mr. Reginald Wesso, his name is Regenald. Reginald.
Not a typo.
Not the normal Reginald.
Reginald, yeah.
So it's not our fault.
It's not your fault. Yeah,
so please forgive us. Anyway, so he
We're
got
not sorry, but forgive us.
I must say, in all his frustration, giving credit where it's due, Leval said, this guy sounds like he knows what he's doing.
Cool. Oh, good.
But he has inherited this huge problem. It's a huge problem.
Yeah, infrastructure that's been the hot topic for the past 2 years.
So
since carte blanche.
That's it, yeah. They're investigating these water meters and they're trying to find a way where they replace them. They can't replace the batteries. They've looked at that. A couple of the residents said, we'll replace our own batteries. If that's what the problem is, can we do it?
You can't. I mean, I've heard from maybe another resident, or let me just say I'm in the know that replacing the batteries, they're heat shrink wrapped.
Okay.
The one that I may or may not have checked out to see if I could just change a battery because I do it with a billion kids' toys, all the time. But these are really sealed in there.
In that as well, it's illegal.
Yeah, it's tampering. You're not allowed to do that.
It's tampering with municipal property, even though it's kind of yours, but it's not yours.
Let's just call it grey and move on.
You can't do it. Don't do it, people. Don't do it. Don't tamper with batteries.
You won't be able to change them anyway.
Yeah. And Mr. Wesso said, if there are people, it's very cleverly done. It's very official.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
He said to Leval in an email, and Leval sent it directly, and he posted it directly onto some of the WhatsApp groups.
Yeah.
If customers...
customers, yeah.
If customers' service requests are not being attended to within the municipal service level standards...
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what they are.
Yeah, what the standard...
If anyone knows, please let us know.
Yeah.
But anyway, if they don't, then you can email him.
Oh, no ways.
Get your pens out now.
I got one, literally in hand.
directortechnical@neisner.gov.za.
Oh, I'm going to check the edge for that. I'm not going to try and write it.
directortechnical@neisner.gov.za.
Okay.
And you just say, listen, dude, these people, because what's happening, people are running out. They have to form a queue. Well, they're in a queue of people where the municipal team can rush around and say, let's fix this, let's fix that, and there's just not enough people to rush around in the know.
Yeah.
So people have been without water for days.
Oh, and that's not good.
And when there's quite a few elderly people living on the island. Oh, yeah. It's not great. It's not
easy
great
to get out and get that.
So that's been a big story. But he says, Leval says he can see positive change.
Oh, good. That's reassuring. I like to hear that.
Let's hope this proper maintenance of this very basic service will be implemented ASAP.
I like that. I know it's basic service, not in like the term of, bro, it's basic. But it's basic.
It's basic service, yeah.
It's this we spoke about it. And this is going to be a great discussion because you've printed off, so we won't speak about it now, but this will be coming up.
Yeah.
You've printed off these documents of what councillors, mayors, of all of these guys are supposed to be doing, like their
How
handbook.
council should work.
How council should work. I'm very curious to see it as well.
And how municipality should work. The documents are available online.
Yes. Yeah.
It's the job of the municipal manager, the job of the MACO, the job of the directors.
Yeah.
It's actually... it's not an exciting read,
No, of course not.
It's not. Wilbur Smith had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But it's a good document
it's an
just to
important one.
download and have. So when you're thinking, hang on, is this the job of the municipality or not?
Or are they encroaching on what we should be as a community doing? Because there is lots that we should be, and there is a lot that we do. We've got one of the communities that the reason we raise this stuff is because there are people who do things, and that we're just so appreciative of that and need to see more and more of that. Hey, let's get on to the other front page story where there are some shiny shoes.
Talking of community doing things,
hey,
that is just
so cool. This is fantastic.
So cool.
I've only heard a little bit of it. I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
But this was just over coffee on Wednesday. You were telling me about it, and I just blown away by the idea.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It's just such a good news story for South Africa. We can't claim it as a local story. Though there are local elements.
Beneficiary. Will there be local beneficiaries?
Yes,
are they local beneficiaries? Oh, cool.
Yes, so
okay.
Basically, it's about free school shoes, which is already a good thing.
Yes.
But it's free school shoes made from hospital waste. No, I'm not talking about. No, I'm not talking about.
You're gonna have a needle sticking out the wrong side and finger bone.
Finger bones. No. You know when you get given a drip?
Yes.
Those bags, the drip bags.
Yeah.
And then when you wear an oxygen mask, they're all made of that kind of
that
rubber.
It's not normal
PVC plastic type stuff.
Thicker plastic.
Yes.
It's good stuff.
And they're
strong
disposable.
stuff.
Because you don't want a drip to be used. They're single use.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for. So this company, this charity called My Walk.
My Walk.
And they're working with...
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
With Ingrid... There's a company name.
I don't know. I can't pronounce it. Been drinking too much salt water.
Netcare is the one ambulance group.
Oh, cool.
And Adcock Ingram Critical Care.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, these are private
Adcock
ones.
Ingram are the manufacturers of these things. I'm not sure.
That sounds
anyway,
right, yeah.
They collect all these things that should be thrown away, and they normally end up on waste heaps.
Yeah. Excellent plastic, like phenomenal material that can be used for a bajillion things.
26 million years to
That's a fantastic use. Yeah.
So they melt it down and they make school shoes out of it.
Oh, that's so great.
And not when I first heard this, I thought, but really, who wants to wear a school shoe that looks like an oxygen mask or a drip with pipes
cool.
sticking out? No, they melt them
Very
down
cyberpunk.
to real raw rubber.
Yes.
And I was actually given a pair of these shoes to hold.
Oh, is it? Oh, cool.
They are very, very shiny, very, very waterproof. Black, like 90% of school shoes are.
Yes, which is good.
Thick, waterproof.
Oh, excellent.
Really, really
isn't that excellent?
fancy, shiny new shoes.
Oh, man, that is so cool.
And the process of making these new shoes from this stuff costs 35 Rand per pair.
What?
So that's
fantastic.
Next to nothing.
Yeah.
And they're not charging kids 35
No, of course.
35 Rand. They're getting corporates and what have you to donate.
To sponsor and donate. Yes. Yeah.
So
as an NPO.
here's 35,000 Rand.
Make shoes.
Give 1,000 pairs of shoes out.
Make some strong shoes from the hospital.
The only thing that they don't
away.
use that rubber for is the laces. The rest, it's
okay.
all...
Well, that's all right.
And
man, that is fantastic. That is so great to hear that is happening.
So we got 50 pairs. Was it 55 pairs?
Oh, fantastic.
We've got a picture of a lovely young child on the front holding his pair of... Oh, it's a her.
Yeah, I was like,
pair of running school shoes.
Sure, you're going to be able to run in them. They'll definitely run in them.
They were one of 55, which it came came through to her.
That's
they
cool.
actually came through to a company, what do you call them? A PDO called CD Requipping.
CD Requipping.
Yeah, I think they're Plett-based.
Okay.
Or they're not based in Sedgefield anyway.
Yeah.
And they contacted Masitandani and said, do you guys need shoes? And Masitandani said, of course.
Yeah.
And the kids do as well. and 55. And then they shared them with another NPO called Cherished. They do a lot of work with teens. Yeah, they're a Sedgefield based. Do a lot of work with teens, and they handed out a whole lot of pairs of shoes.
That's great.
So
there's
really,
dignity
really
in there. There is, I mean, those get worn hard. And they're the crazy statistics around, because shoes are a school requirement.
Yeah.
There are crazy statistics about how many kids aren't getting any level of education.
Yeah.
Just because they're missing shoes. And that makes huge difference.
1 million.
Oh, really?
There's 1 million. Over 1 million school kids don't have school shoes.
Oh. And it makes a huge difference.
It
makes a huge difference.
I contacted them and asked for details, the My Walk thing.
Yes.
And they had a lovely quote from a headmaster who his school had been receiving
I'm ready.
shoes. He says, they're more than just completing a uniform.
Yeah.
When children don't have shoes, it can affect their personal dignity and self-esteem, and that'll negatively affect your school experience, your academic performance, and potentially hold you back. Now, you can imagine if you're right. I mean, okay, I used to think it was cool to go to school without shoes. Until I got boxed around the ears a bit. Yeah. But I went normally carrying my shoes, like take your shoes off when you get there because it's cool.
Yeah.
But imagine going to a school where it's rules to have you have to have school shoes, and your parents can't afford them.
That's it. And
you're
you know
going to
that.
hang back. You're not going to volunteer in the class.
There's a psychological effect to it.
Yeah.
No, they absolutely.
So this guy just said it gives you self-esteem. It gives it really is, and also the parents can have a bit of pride because now their kids going to school.
Yeah, and that makes you do. No, that's a great upliftment thing.
They've recycled more than 100,000 kgs of healthcare waste and donated 250,000 pairs of shoes.
That is fantastic. Okay, I'm going to be giving that a good read. But
I think you should.
That really does just kind of bring to mind once again our Eagle Stars and the effect that something like
wearing
sport,
rugby shoes.
Yes, sure, rugby shoes. I was just thinking how it helps the people who are participating. That this beautiful field and this sports team that's doing really well. They had their game last Friday.
Yeah, they're opening.
It was a friendly before the season. Yeah, and I think they did pretty well.
They did very well. Okay,
that's great to
their
hear.
B team won quite convincingly, 28-21.
I didn't even know there was a B team.
Yes,
cool.
Yeah. Well, it's people, but they're called the B team. It's not made up of bees.
No, I mean that's why they would do so well. No one's going to mess with them.
Yeah, they were buzzing.
Shoes or no.
So Leroy Hartzenberg was the man of the match for the B team.
Attaboy, Leroy.
There go, Leroy. Yeah. The A team, I didn't go. We'll explain a bit of that later. The A team won. But the guy watching it said, "Yosh, it was tight."
Oh, that's
exciting.
They
were like two tries ahead at one stage.
Okay,
really looked like they were gonna walk it.
Yeah.
Then the opponents, which were the Jaguars from Plett, they started coming back, and they scored right in the last minute. the final score.
Oh, that's exciting.
The local guys won 21-20.
What? That is so exciting. That must have been awesome to be there.
Yeah. It really was an exciting match, he said. But they almost lost. And we've been talking. So it's confession time. Okay, so the guy that I was chatting to, he's been helping out. His name's Dean. I haven't got his surname. We've just been chatting briefly. He was saying to me, we've really, really got to get the whole village behind this rugby team because they are good. They've won the league a couple of times. They've really done well.
The Pick and Pay
Eagle Stars. they're the top team in Sedgefield.
I think in the world, honestly. I mean,
Maybe.
I'm just
No, I think the Springboks might have been.
I mean, it's eagle versus Springbok, versus a jaguar versus the penguin.
This guy said to me, Bomber, we've got to get, because a lot of the people from the village don't go and watch the match.
No.
What matches?
I'm included in that number. I haven't gone to watch any.
So, well, there's a few of us. So this is confession time to our listeners. So
yes.
About 2 years ago, probably, there was a few of us that decided we have to go and support the Sedgefield Pick and Pay Eagle Stars.
Yeah.
We are rugby fans. They are our local rugby team. We really have to
Want to get behind them, yeah.
We're going to get behind them. So I said to the guys, okay, I created a WhatsApp group and I added them on. And I said, the WhatsApp group is called, it's literally called, Let's Support the Sedgefield Eagle Stars rugby team.
Yeah.
I wanted to put Pick and Pay in because they are the sponsors.
Yes, but it was getting a bit long. That's why.
A certain amount of letters in a WhatsApp group. So we went and had a beer together. The group, we didn't have any members of the rugby team with us. There was 3 or 4 of us, and we were very keen.
Yeah.
We had a couple of beers.
Dressed up like eagles. Yeah.
It was really nice to have a beer on a Friday afternoon and talk about supporting the rugby.
Agreed, yeah.
What we also discovered that quite often, in fact, most Saturdays, we had things to do. Normally things to do around the house, stuff to fix, whatever. So to be honest, the group has grown and we meet almost every Friday to have a beer, to discuss supporting. Well, we discuss other things as well.
Yes, a little bit of other things, mostly.
We haven't yet
got to a game.
Match.
Man, that's shocking,
isn't it? I'm so embarrassed.
So my concerns, because I'm on this group, I haven't been on it for 2 years, so you're way worse than I am.
Yes, but much worse.
But my concerns are: is it safe? And can I get parking?
It's very safe. Look, I have been on my own to 1 or 2 matches over the years. Yeah. To take pictures and what have you.
Yes, yes.
They really are cool.
Good.
It's electric. The crowd is electric when they plug them in, especially. Those seats start
especially
humming.
Those bees.
No, it really is. It's great fun. There's huge crowd support. Totally safe.
That's it.
It's totally safe.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say would be to share a lift there.
That's not hard. That's not hard. Yeah.
Yeah. That there's not a lot of parking.
I know there is some. Like I've driven past lots of times, and there is parking out front, and I'm sure up and around and everything like that.
Yes,
a bit of a
there is some,
yeah.
But and there is the right next door to the rugby field is the community hall, and there's like a little parking area there.
I wonder if that would be used if need be. Okay.
Yeah, I think it would be open, but it's still not a lot. That would probably hold 15, 20 cars.
I mean, that's basically all of Sedgefield anyway. So we're covered, yeah.
But so I want to encourage people. We're going to try and
get the
do a good job getting the fixtures in the paper.
That's what we need to see. That's what we need to know.
Let's get behind these guys.
Amen. Get their shirts.
Yeah.
Get eagle tattoos on our face.
Or get our faces tattooed on an eagle. That would be good. Yeah. So try and catch an eagle or a penguin.
Yes.
We're not going to discriminate here.
No.
Get your tattoos done.
There you go.
Yep, that's it.
All right, that does it for us for this week.
Are we out of time already?
We are so far over time.
I can't tell the story about the watermelon and the chimpanzee and that.
We know it already. It was on the front page about 14 years ago.
Okay. No.
I think that about does it for us.
Yeah.
Thanks for the chat,
It's been a hoot.
Yeah, it has.